Hi Pisces, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. Thank you so much for being here. Your key to the week this week is the Hierophant card. So in this deck, it's actually called Faith. And what this really speaks about for me is how you incorporate faith or spirituality-based practices into your daily day-to-day life or daily routine. For some of you, this might be an awakening of some kind. It doesn't have to be a spiritual awakening or something like that. It might just be a moment where you kind of say, actually, you know what, I want to get a bit more serious about this. This is actually a very good time to start doing this kind of work. And the reason being is because we're going into 2023. If you've been with me long enough, you will have heard me say this right back in 2020, in fact, 2019. I talked about this, about really needing a solid spiritual practice by the time you got to 2023 so that you could move through that year that is going to be a little bit confusing in a way that allows you to kind of be, excuse my potty mouth, but unfuckwithable, all right? Really is going to be very important for next year. Now, that being said, with the Faith card or with the Hierophant card, this can see you interacting with bigger or larger institutions. For some of you, this might be a hospital. For some, it might be a university. For some of you, it might be a local authority. In some way, shape or form, you're going to see yourself or needing to act or needing to interact with larger institutions in some regard. All right, so it'll be interesting to see how this shows up for you in the course of the week. For those of you, or should I say, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and options this week, that card seems to want out. You've got the Fool card. New things, new places, new people, but new practices, new routines. That's the thing with the Hierophant card as well. It can speak to, yes, you know, the status quo of the world, absolutely, but it can also talk about the rituals that you have for yourself, what you do on a day-to-day basis. You've got the Fool card, new things, new places, new people, new energy, or the Fool card practices the Faith card or the Hierophant card. This can represent initiation. It can also represent what you do on a regular basis, what has become habit or routine to you. This is where you can fix stuff or you can put new things in. Ultimately, our lives are always a product of the choices that we make and the decisions and the movements and actions that we make over a consistent time. This week, you could really understand that more than ever, and you might be inserting something new into your day-to-day practice. Hopefully it's something of a spiritual nature. If it's not, it could just be maybe you wake up and say, right, every day from now on I'm going for a 60-minute walk, whatever it might be. For your communications and conversations, you have the Ace of Wands. All right, so communication is going to be a big part of this week. It looks like you're having a lot of really powerful conversations. It looks like there's going to be a lot that you're talking about, a lot of things that you're going over, a lot of things that you're working on or through, but you're doing this in a really creative way. It's not hard, it's not forced, it's not an issue. It's just like, you know, I almost kind of feel like this is adult play, not like, you know, adult play, but like adult play. This is where you're allowing yourself to dream differently, allowing yourself to write different goals or, you know, to dream up different ways or different experiences that you want to bring into your world. Through through the creative medium, you're allowing yourself to build new habits, new practices. This is a week where information that you're writing down or that you're collecting or gathering is going to be really important. It also suggests as well that you could be introducing something that's more fun into your daily life. Maybe you start a hobby. Maybe you go to a dance class once a week. Maybe you decide to start, I don't know, singing once, like whatever it is, you're bringing something new into your world. And through the communications and conversations that you have this week, it's almost like you rediscover that life is actually fun and that it's supposed to be. For when it comes to your those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, This could also, like, in fact, yeah, that could literally see you maybe having more fun at school or college or university or whatever than you've had in a long time. It might also see you really tapping into different mediums for whatever it is that you're trying to do. So as an example, let's say you are an artist. Maybe you start to draw more from religious ideas and symbology and stuff like that to incorporate it into your art. If you are, I don't know, a scientist, maybe you start to look at some of the old scriptures in really different ways and say, okay, how would these apply to scientific principles? It's like something that's really traditional is getting a revamp in your eyes, and it's actually going to really enhance what you're learning about your subject matter. That's really exciting. I want to hear from you guys in the comments how that is going. For really, like, I'm really intrigued by this. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could be that you're called upon for your creative ability, maybe for problem solving, but definitely for some kind of solutions based thing. This could also see you really yeah, like, I almost feel like this is going to see you really enjoying work this week, right? There's a lot of laughter to be had. The Ace of Wands is a great card for laughter, communication, for fun. You've got this here with the Hierophant card, which it almost suggests that the way that you find more fun or bring more fun and enjoyment into your world is by getting more structured approach to life. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this would be a really good week to maybe look at the structure of your business, or maybe even to start playing around with new colors, new branding, all of that kind of stuff. Things that you want to represent you, how they look. This could also be you starting to build plans to become a brand. This could start to see, like, it could see you really starting to pay attention to how it is that you're going to build your personal empire. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, love this, right? That is fresh start energy. That is also conception energy before we get into it. So for for the love and relations, if you are partnered, married, or in long-term commitment, this is pregnancy energy. That is baby making energy for sure. So be mindful of that. If you are single and you're looking and you're ready to mingle, that Queen of Swords, you could meet somebody, but this person would either be very stern, they're probably going to be older than you, or at least salt and pepper haired. The thing that I would say, because with the Queen of Swords, this is usually an air sign person, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, but this could be a week where, like, it's through the conversations that you have, and it's through that sort of, maybe you create with color and sound, maybe they create with words. It's like that's where you meet in the middle, right? There's something that you share in common, but you approach it in very different ways. And it's like that meeting of opposites that meet in the middle is really attractive to you. It's really attractive to them. So this could be phenomenal. I like this for relationships of all kinds, especially for new relationships. I also really like this for a change in outlook when it comes to the current relationship or partnership. It's like you get back to remembering that you can laugh about stuff. Beautiful. For your money and materials, you have the Four of Swords. I'm here for it. The reason I say this is it kind of looks like something that you were planning to spend money on this week. It's either that it makes its way to you without you having to pay for it, or it's like you don't get round to purchasing that thing, and then you're like, oh crap, I need to do that. And then when you go back, it's cheaper than it was. Do you see what I mean? So it's kind of like this week, when it comes to anything that you want to purchase, anything that you're going to spend money on, really do allow divine timing to do its thing. All right. This is something that I want you to be really mindful of this week, because the chances are, it just feels really good. All right. It's almost like something that you were going to spend on, you go to do it, you forget about it, you get sidetracked or whatever. And it's like when you go back to it, You're like, yeah, and now it's even cheaper. Great. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, you are being encouraged to rest this week. I do see some of you potentially taking a visit to a place that is either sacred or holy, or maybe you go to visit somewhere and they say, oh yeah, do you know it used to be a church? Or do you know what I mean? Like this week you could find yourself interacting with spiritual places, but there's definitely some form of you being out of your, not out of your comfort zone, but definitely out of a space that you're aware of or that you know. When it comes to your home and environment, make home comfortable this week. Whatever that means to you, make home comfortable. Very, very important. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.